I'm busy with this channel, but like all of you, I have plenty of other things going on, so it's unfortunate that I often don't get to respond to a lot of comments on my videos, but I really do appreciate them. As fate would have it, I have some extra time this week, and so in light of the console release date for 1.4, I thought I'd share a few of your comments and just mix them in with some answers about Terraria's development from ReLogic's Loki. So we're going to try a bit of a mixed bag today. Let's start with a comment from Omni Potato, who wrote on one of my videos, "Even after the release of console 1.4, I'm still going to tune into these videos. I just love them." Well, thank you. I sure hope you're not the only one. Alright, and with that said, let's cut right to a Loki Q&A from Twitter. Zoom tweeted, "Loki, one last question. I've heard things that developers scrap the old code for the other two consoles to avoid having to fix previous bugs in the 1.3 version. If this is true, I'm curious if they're doing the same for Switch. Was wondering if you knew anything." Loki tweeted back to that, "It's a new code, but the reason was not to avoid anything. It was to bring the code bases closer together. And that's very much to try to allow crossplay, if I had to take a guess." Here's another YouTube comment. Bees Churger wrote, "When I read release date instead of release news, I was so happy, but somehow I feel kind of sad because I know this is the end of updates in Terraria." And for Bees Churger, I'm just going to cite what I wrote them directly on YouTube. They're going to be doing a parity update to bring all versions to the same patch, and then after that, if it's technically feasible, they've said they're going to be trying to patch in crossplay between all platforms. And now if that's done, that might be it for Terraria, but there's still a silver lining because that would mean that ReLogic would be full steam ahead on development for a brand new game. They're certainly not going to just pack up the studio and quit. And having said that, I do feel a bit like Loki. Speaking of which, here's another Loki Q&A. Mitch tweeted, "Loki, will there be an exact release time for the update for consoles, like on the hour?" The tweet back from Loki, "Unlikely, we don't have that level of control on console. So, we won't know the exact time, apparently." Another YouTube comment, 90X Nova writes, "This man is a god for keeping us updated without talking for an hour before getting into it." Now, I know I'm a YouTuber, but I'm honestly not as skilled as some others at drawing out these videos, and frankly, looking at Google Analytics for videos, people aren't really interested in fluff, nor should you be. Moving back to Loki, Loki hasn't been posting much on the Terraria Discord lately, but he posted a ton on the Discord just the other day when they announced the news of the release date. And here's one highlight from that. "DR team will be all over bugs from day one, as they always have been for mobile. Bugs, and I will say feedback. They were really good making tweaks and changes that weren't bugs." And he's right, of course. DR Studios are heroes from everything those in the know have had to say about them. Moving back to YouTube, Rear writes, "Starting completely from scratch. I'm so pumped, dude." I actually had a poll about this that I posted earlier, and I have to say this is a brave choice on your part. It's hard to say goodbye to a world, but it's certainly one that a lot of people, including ReLogic's Loki, have recommended just for a number of reasons. JX also wrote on YouTube, "Plot twist. This guy works for both Sony and Microsoft and is delaying it, so we keep watching his videos." Now that would be a sweet arrangement. Unfortunately, I'm not able to con you guys like that. No connection, I swear. And then moving back to more Loki, Sue writes, "Is it a possibility for one of the teams, Sony and Microsoft, to deny the submission? If so, would we need to wait for both to be submitted before we see the release on the opposing console?" It's a fair question, and Loki answered back, The plan is to release them at the same time. And next, a bunch of people on Discord were talking about crossplay, and so Loki just responded to all of them with the following. Don't have enough detail to really say definitively yet. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but it's the truth. We'll know way more once we get everyone to parity. Again, if we run into barriers, I suspect it will be systems or politics. I don't think the technical side will be the blocker, but way too premature really to speculate over much. So he sounds fairly confident that, at least technically speaking, it can be done. And it seems beyond a shadow of a doubt that everyone's going to get to parity once all the consoles are at Journey's End. But it's certainly looking good. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks to all of you for your support, for your views, and of course thanks to everyone who's been posing questions, not just to Loki, but anyone else from the ReLogic team. Because without those questions, we wouldn't have all of these answers, would we? Anyway, take care everyone, stay healthy, and I'll see you in a future video.